In this video, I'm gonna show you how to customize the order receipt that print in the kitchen. You're logging into the device with a admin passcode, which means it's the passcode of the owner who has access to all the permission to go into the setup app. This will be our setup app. We click on it and we look for the option called order receipts right here. Here we can customize the appearance of the order receipt and when the order receipt will be printed. So right now it says that the order receipt will be printed when pay or save is tapped. Here we can select whether we want to have order numbers. You can have none, you can have manual, which means that the cashier will enter, or the waiter, the order number, or you can have an automatic order number. So in order to make sure that there's no waste in the paper, you always want to make sure that where it says blank lines in header, it says 0. The default that Clover has is 8. Another thing we can customize is the font. It can be small, medium, and large. So you would just change it by clicking on it and then clicking on save. Then you want to make sure whether the owner wants to have printed lines between each item. This is an example of how it will look according to what settings we have right now. If I put this printed lines, you're gonna see that it's gonna take up much space in the order receipt. So we can take those printed lines off. You can select whether you want the printed time to be shown. Right now it will only show when it was sent into the kitchen and it was put in, the order was put in. Order note, you always want to make sure you have an order note, especially for to-go orders. The use alternate inventory names is usually for restaurants that have an in-house menu for the POS that has maybe a Greek name. For example, they can have spanakopita in their inventory. But for the online menu, for everyone to understand, they might have the spanakopita called as spinach pie. So if you click on this, it means that when someone puts in the order from online and selects the spinach pie, in the kitchen is gonna print a spanakopita. Then group line items. If you put on group line items, you're gonna see how it's gonna put in a number next to the items, which is also a waste of space. We don't have to have that. Modifiers group name means that it's gonna show the name of the modifier group. So right now we have just, the kind of cheeses that's gonna go with this sandwich. If I put modifier group name, it's gonna show that it's a cheese. So if we had a burger and we wanted to select the meat temperature, it will say here burger, hamburger, and it will say meat temperature, 2 dots, well done, instead of just saying well done. So that's also a waste of paper, and it's something that you want to make sure you go over with the client whether they want that to show or not. Condensed modifiers will show all modifiers in one line before they were in their own separate line. It's also something to go over with the owner and the kitchen to make sure it's something they want. Group modifiers will simply put the modifiers that are within the same category of modifiers together. So regardless of the order in which you put them in, so you see we'll put the number 2 and you put the cheeses together. Customer information is just the setting for you to have the customer info into the order receipt, which is good for to-go orders.